Good evening, everybody from sunny South Africa. It's nice to have you all online here. And hopefully tonight we can share some insight for you of what's going on in this whole new world of CROWD1. And if you're an existing member, you really need to be paying attention tonight to what's heading our way, what you need to be doing, what you should be doing with your package, what you should enable, what you shouldn't get involved in, etc., to maximize all your income. If you're a first timer tonight, welcome to one and all from all over the globe. There's only about 25,000 of these presentations every single day in virtually every language spoken on the planet, except for the Khoisan in South Africa. Long and short, guys, CROWD1 has now got 46 million members, in fact, over 46 million members in almost 200 countries. Clearly, something is going right here, won't you say? Now, before we climb into tonight and all exciting things, let's just take one step back. You'll hear the word, the metaverse, a lot these days, and also things like crypto and tokens and coins. So let's just maybe clarify a few things for some of the people. The metaverse is simply a buzzword for the latest version of the internet. So nothing strange, nothing funny, no voodoo, no black magic. You can relax. The long and short is the metaverse is what's known as the internet version 3.0. Now, in this whole new world of the internet, I'm sure you all must have heard by now terms like virtual reality or augmented reality, where you basically can get up to 3D experiences that just changes everything we've known as far as the internet and almost its flat appearance has produced up until now. So that makes it a lot better, a lot easier, a lot fancier to do things like education, to be able to do business on a whole different level. Change the environments. If you can think in a typical classroom scenario, now you can even show people how to do everything virtually by wearing some goggles or by putting your mobile phone in some 3D goggles. You can run programs that can show your children how to perform an operation inside somebody's kidney, or you can take somebody to space if you want, with real footage from real cameras from the space station as an example, etc., etc. So it just changes the whole world of the internet as we've known it up until now. Now it's in this space, this new metaverse as they call it, that there's a lot of opportunities for earning income. Now, a couple of those opportunities I'm going to share with you tonight, and then I'm going to show you how CROWD1 can help you and me, the average Joe around the world, how to engage in all of this. So step one, this whole new internet, or rather if you think of how the internet worked traditionally, right back when the internet was created, it was simply a couple of devices out in the field, and they connected through the internet, in other words, through wired or wireless connectivity through telecom systems into a central server. That was called a centralized database that was accessible from anywhere. Simple as that. It was used by the military as always. They always start things first and then it progresses from there. So now, today, it's completely decentralized. Any company, as long as you can get a link into the internet, and that includes you, not just companies, but individuals, you can host services, you can sell your products, you can do trade, etc., by linking your database or your server into this global experience if you want. So needless to say, a lot of people say if your company hasn't got a website, well, then you're not a real company any longer. But that's literally how it's starting to become. So the technology that makes all of this work within this internet space is referred to as blockchain. Now, blockchain is simply literally a chain of events, transactions that gets recorded, it gets stored. Every single time, for instance, if you draw money from your bank, or vice versa, if they pay you maybe commissions or payouts or whatever the case might be, every single transaction is linked together by a chain of events, ultimately forming this blockchain. Now, this is important because this makes the internet very secure. You'll notice that in the latest versions of some of the applications on the internet, you no longer have just one password. Sometimes you can have up to password phrases consisting of 12 passwords just to get into one site. Now, this security, the more transactions you do, the longer the chain becomes. So if somebody tries to hack your account, for instance, to steal your money out of your bank, and if the bank has adopted blockchain technology already, it's virtually becoming impossible to be able to hack it, because now, in order to get to your account, they have to go through every single one of these blocks of information or transactions before they can get to your account. So the longer these transactions become, the safer it gets. But there's also a word of caution. If you win the American Lotto tomorrow, it doesn't matter if you win $100 million. If you can't remember your passwords, if you misspell it, nobody can just quickly go and hack your account to help you out. You've got to be very, very careful. Otherwise, your $100 million will be floating literally in virtual space. So needless to say, you all have heard about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all other kinds of coins and tokens. All that these crypto tokens are, they just represent electronic money. Because you can't take your fiat currency, your dollars, pounds, or in South Africa, your rands, in your pocket and transact on the internet. Firstly, you have to have a wallet that can convert your local cash money, your fiat currency, into electronic money. And also, if you're earning money, commissions or whatever the case might be, to turn that back into rands for you that you can go buy bread and milk with, or put fuel in your car, or whatever it is you want to spend money on, you need to have a wallet to transact. Remember, originally gold was represented by first IOU little paper slips. Those IOU paper slips eventually became the money that we're all familiar with, paper money, etc. And every country has its own currencies, etc. So this is just simply electronic currency. Nothing to be scared of, nothing to be afraid of, but getting used to, you better be getting used to it. There are already countries that have adapted blockchain technology because of the security, and also cryptocurrency to make that their official currency. Folks, we are pioneers in this business. Less than 4% of the globe have engaged with this kind of technology. And being in CROWD1, you are not just being prepared, but you also got education galore that you can tap into to get used to this. Then you better get used to it, because one day your driver's license, your ID book, your passport, your pension payout, etc., will happen via this technology. Now, combine this whole metaverse world with things like digital marketing, and suddenly this becomes the most powerful marketing tool on earth. Now, I tell you what, all of you probably that traveled around today went past 10, 20, 30, I don't even know how many billboards. Can you remember what was written on one of them? You might remember it was one about this mobile network, but what it actually said, you've got no idea. Yet you go past that billboard every single day, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day traveling around. The traditional marketing methods just don't have that impact anymore that they used to have. However, every single person listening to this tonight have got, some of you not even one mobile phone anymore. Some of you have got 2 or 3. So today, around the world, whether you or I like it or not, whether you or I engage in it or not, whether you or I think it's a good idea or not, over 3 billion of the 8 billion people on the planet have played games or are still busy playing games today, just on their mobile phones. I'm not even talking about the serious gamers. By the time they get home, they log on through their PCs and they sit in a surround sound environment, trying with their virtual reality glasses and things, taking it to the next level. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking of mobile gaming. So now, when you start hearing buzzwords like play to earn games, where people can take either their gaming consoles or their mobile phones, everybody's just being bored from sitting in buses, trains, and taxis, going to work, coming back from school, etc. 3 billion people are playing games today. Why not play games where you can play to earn an income? Instead of wasting your limited time on this planet playing games for fun, why not play games for income and maybe start designing your own future? And in these games, you can win things like NFTs. If you listened to the video before we started, you would know that NFTs, that means non-fungible tokens. Make no mistake, it's just a fancy buzzword or a fancy term for something that's called digital art. Just like the real Mona Lisa is a real painting done by the artist hanging in the Louvre in Paris, worth an absolute fortune. And people, what they're willing to pay for that lady is amazing. And she's not even a beautiful lady, in my opinion. However, what makes the painting so expensive is its uniqueness. There's only one. That's it. Now look at this. Whoever drew this picture of this yacht, in my opinion, should be shot because it's not in scale. I'm a technical guy, so I'm not sure what they try to do here. But my opinion is irrelevant because somebody paid this artist $650,000 for that painting. I think they must have their head read, but like I said, my opinion is irrelevant. A plot of virtual land, that newspaper, the Business Insider in South Africa, sold for $2.43 million. Virtual land does not exist. It's an NFT. Here's Mr. Justin Bieber with his lazy ape or the bored ape image. He paid $1.29 million for that picture of that ape. This is the sports company Adidas. This is their ape. You can see they're very clever. They dress him with their clothes branded as Adidas, their glasses, their hats, etc.